Hey, this is Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. We're having breakfast for dinner today, and I'm using a bunch of leftovers, so I wanted to share with you. So, I'm actually using a really old piece of stoneware. I put some water in it. I cracked a couple eggs in it. This is a microwave egg poacher. So you can use any piece of stoneware, put some water in it, crack your eggs, and we're going to pop them in the microwave. It depends on how you like your eggs done. I like mine a little bit harder than poached. So slightly, like halfway between poached and hard boiled. So I cook them like 45 seconds or a minute. So it just depends on what you're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you what we're gonna make. So let me put my eggs in the microwave and make sure you cover them. It's so important to cover eggs when you put them in the microwave because otherwise they make a giant mess. All right, wait, you know what? Let's back up for a minute. I have some leftover rolls from when we went out to dinner the other night. So I'm going to pop those into my deluxe air fryer and oven. Whoops, should have paid a little bit more of attention here. And I need to plug it in. This is the first step. We're going to toast these rolls. I had them open so the inside would get toasted. I'm going to put them in the top oven because that's the toaster part, okay? The bottom is air fryer. It's got my air fryer racks in it. Roaster, bake, other things. Top is toast, bake, pizza, all kinds of stuff. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is turn it on. It's going to go, let's get cooking. And then I'm going to choose the top oven and I'm going to put it on toast. It's already, oh no, I got it rolled to toast. And I'm going to leave it on my husband's setting. He likes it. Six shade 2. Okay, so there we go. So that's going. All right, next thing I'm going to do is turn my microwave on. No, I'm not going to do that yet because we want the eggs to be hot. Whoa, I took this whole thing apart on accident. I did not mean to do that. Huh. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to get this back on here. The small bowl, prep cup, and I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of white vinegar. I have a little bit of sugar in the bottom, like maybe 1/3 of a teaspoon, okay? About a tablespoon of white vinegar, kind of what they would call a scant tablespoon, which means not quite full, okay? I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of lemon juice. I was going to use orange juice, but I don't have any. So that's why I put the sugar in. Okay. And then I'm going to put in some of our Pampered Chef rotisserie seasoning, which of course is mainly for chicken, right? But I love it in my salad and it just gives a nice flavor. Okay. Now I've got our mini whipper. I'm going to whip this up. Just give it and then I'm going to leave it alone and let the flavors meld. Let me just taste this and see. Yeah, that's what I wanted it to taste like. Okay. What I have prepped on the plates over here is some fruit and just some baby greens for a light salad. All right, so one of the reasons I decided to do this today is because I had leftover rolls and I have leftover bacon from our Mother's Day brunch. So I decided I would use all these leftovers and repurpose them into a new meal, right? So I'm gonna pop this bacon onto, some of this is candied bacon and some of it's regular bacon. I'm going to put it in the microwave and warm it up. Let me take my eggs out because I want to do the eggs at the very last minute so that they're nice and hot. And I'm just going to cook the bacon for about 40 seconds, okay, just to reheat it a little bit. All right, so now comes the main event. Let me move these plates out of the way. I do not have enough counter space in my kitchen. I don't know if anybody else has that same issue, but I don't have enough counter space. Wow, my toast is already ready. That's what that was saying. All right, so I've got my deluxe cooking blender going over here, and I'm going to make what they call blender Hollandaise sauce, okay? This is a really cool thing. This is how I've always made Hollandaise sauce. It's really delicious. Whoops. I'm gonna put my egg separator on the bowl because I only want the yolks for this. We're gonna save the whites and just eat them as scrambled eggs or something later in the week. This is the old version of our Pampered Chef egg separator. It still works good. so I kept it in my kitchen. There is a newer version. So it just looks slightly, slightly different. We're having one of those days. This rim of this bowl is slightly too wide. Okay. Probably the new one works better. That might be why they redesigned it, but I never really had a problem with this before. All right, I get these. So we're only putting the yolks into the blender, if I could ever get the white out of this one. Okay. And our third one. So this is not a low-calorie recipe, but it's really yummy, and you'll feel like you went to a high-end brunch place. All you need is some mimosas, and you could really have a nice party here. Okay, let's put those. Luckily, these bowls come with these really nice white airtight lids, so I'm going to be able to pop that in my fridge, and it can sit there for a few days without any problem. Okay, so the next thing we're going to put in is a tablespoon of lemon juice. Some leftover stuff in there. I'm going to put a tablespoon of lemon juice in my blender. And this says 1/4 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I think that's too much, so I'm going to put a very, very small amount. I want the tanginess. I'm going to do more like 1/8 teaspoon. But I don't want it to taste like mustard. Okay? All right. So I've got the egg yolks, the mustard, and the lemon juice in the blender. I have to turn the blender on, and in this, oh, I guess I didn't plug the blender in. Turn the blender on. All right, blender's on, plugged in, lid's on, and I'm going to do pulse, okay? Pulse is not one of the main settings. Now, you can do this as long as you want. The friction in here is going to cook the eggs, okay? But we're also going to add this melted butter. And when you add melted butter, that's going to help cook the eggs too. Actually, I don't want to take the lid off. What I want to do is just open the lid slightly, open the small part of the lid, and I guess I'm going to put this on smoothie. I'm just trying to think of what setting to use. Because that's about a 1-minute setting, and that's about the amount of time I need. Okay. So it's going to start blending, and I'm going to slowly drizzle in the butter so it doesn't curdle the eggs, okay? While that's working, I'm going to take my bacon out. Put my eggs in. Oh, I've got 2 eggs, so I need to do this. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Start. All right, got about almost done on this. If you put the lid on, it gets much quieter. In the meantime, let's go over here and grab our toast. Beautiful. A little hot. Get these set up on our plates. All right, let's look at this Hollandaise sauce. Whoops. Oh, looks great. I'm gonna give it a taste. Tastes good too. I got goo on me. Okay, now we're gonna do some assembly. So how do we assemble this? We're going to, oh, I forgot the avocado. I got avocado too. I'm gonna take the bacon. No, normally this goes on English muffins, but like I said, we were using up leftovers. So, put that on there. I've got some sliced avocado. No, it's not sliced. Some unsliced avocado, so I'm going to slice it. I'm going to put some avocado on here. So this is slightly, well, you know, this is my version of Eggs Benedict. It's not like your standard one, because your standard one uses Canadian bacon. It doesn't have avocado, right? And it's on an English muffin, but you know, nowadays you can go to a restaurant and get all different kinds of eggs Benedict. Here in Maryland, we even have crab eggs Benedict, which honestly I didn't really like. But all right, let's, I do like avocado on pretty much everything. Let's get the eggs out and see what they look like. I'm good at cooking 1 egg, but 2 eggs, not always perfect. Oh, not quite ready. All right, we're gonna give that a few more seconds. For 2 eggs, I did 1:10. I think they need to be cooked slightly more, so I'm gonna give them another 15 seconds. And then we're gonna pull them out and put them on there. Okay. Oops, this is the wrong utensil. So you're gonna take the eggs, grab a slotted spoon, take the egg out, make sure you get all the water off of it. And just gonna put it onto your English muffin or your roll, whatever you've got. Okay. Wow, I did not do that well. It doesn't want to stay on there. It is what it is. All right, now we're gonna take the blender. And if you've got our blender or you're going to get one, make sure you get this long skinny scraper. And we're going to just cover this with some hollandaise sauce. Okay. More is better, I think, but that's personal preference. And then we're going to take a little bit of this like light vinaigrette that I made and put that, dress our greens with it. And there is our dinner all ready to go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I can't get my eggs to lay on there perfectly, but it's still going to taste great. And you eat it with a fork and a knife anyway. So if you like this video, make sure you hit share so your friends can see it. And make sure you follow me on Michelle's Kitchen Inspiration on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That's where all of the videos are. Thanks so much. Have a great evening.